DEESLIMDAOG. Praise be to the Most High. So yes, sir, we back with another one, man. Yes, sir. Hope y'all blessed up out there. Everybody solid, man. Shout out to my subscribers. And if you ain't a subscriber, man, I want y'all to hit that bell, man. It's free. And also, man, y'all can also hit me up on Instagram for the one-on-one for the sessions. If y'all trying to get at me, man, y'all also can hit me up on the Cash App, man. I keep it in the description box. But this is the day, man, we're gonna be on. And I came with this because I've been seeing a lot of people in the comment section seem like they dealing with this. You know, abuse is abuse. So remember this: never stay in any toxic or abusive relationship. Yeah, that's word of the day. Never stay in any toxic or abusive relationship, man. You know, we got four different ways, 4 different points of views that I broke it down to let you know that if your relationship is toxic, man, you know what I'm saying? So the first one is like physical abuse. Yeah, physical abuse is number 1, queens and kings. If you got a man and he putting his hands on you, that's a no, man. You know what I'm saying? What I'm saying? I ain't hating on nobody. I ain't throwing no shade, but how can you lay down and make love to somebody who giving you black eyes and, you know what I'm saying, going upside your head and knocking your teeth out? You know what I mean? Got your, you know what I'm saying, you scared of them and stuff like that. So that's definitely a no. And the same thing for the king. If it's a gal out there and she going upside your head, my boy, you got to get away from her. You know, they ain't even right, man. You know, as an adults, we all should keep our hands to ourselves. You don't put your hands on me, and I'm not going to put my hands on you. So if you're dealing with somebody, king or queen, and they being physically abusive to you, jacking you up, slapping you, putting their hands on you, kicking you, spitting on you, anything that's physical, man, you gotta get out there. You gotta throw that relationship in the trash, man. And verbal abuse. Yeah, verbal abuse, that's bad too, man. You know, verbal abuse is somebody like they always cussing you out. They always talking down to you or talking about you. You know what I'm saying? You know, just doing anything to try to insult you or belittle you, or they even try to just being on your top, anything that's considered as verbal abuse. And you know, verbal abuse ain't cool, because verbal abuse lead to physical abuse. After a while, they keep on talking crazy to you. You know what I'm saying? You might go put your hands on them. And you know what I'm saying? And sometimes putting your hands on people, it don't pan out right, man. It can end you up in jail. You and them get to fighting, y'all breaking your stuff. But the main thing is to get you end up in jail, though. All that stuff like that. So, but yeah, verbal abuse ain't no good. You know, just somebody always talking back down to you, man. The people love you, they gonna respect you and value you enough to try not to talk crazy to you. They'll think twice about what they say, and you gotta do the same thing. Now, I ain't just saying you could cuss somebody out and dog them and they ain't gonna say nothing back to you. I'm just saying like the verbal abuse that they always just talking down to you. They always talking crazy to you. They ain't never got nothing nice to say to you. That's verbal abuse. And if you're in that type of relationship, man, you don't need to be in it. And spiritual abuse. Like, say, for example, if you going to church or something like that, you go to church or whatever, and they don't go to church, and every time you finna go to church, they always want to say something to try to interrupt your day or mess up your day. You know, just doing the type of crazy things to ask you, you know, why you going to church, or soon as you come home for church, she in your face talking crazy to you, messing up your day with the Lord, or the king in your face messing up your day with the Lord. Y'all already know how people be doing on the spiritual abuse, or you know what I mean, just hindering you from your walk with God. That's a no too. If you get in a relationship like that, that's toxic, and you don't want nothing to do with that either. So you got to get out of that. And the main thing is, the real toxic one is this, man, is the cheating. Yeah, man, if you're dealing with somebody that's cheating on you, you got to get out of that too, man. You know, you can't have nobody in your life that's cheating on you, that's sleeping around, that's betraying you, you know, taking your trust away. That's crazy. So, you know, you don't want to be in them type of relationships either, man. So if you in any of them type 4 relationships, man, you got to get out. And you can't be like playing, wasting no time trying to get out. It don't matter how long you've been with them. If it's your baby daddy, your husband, never stay in a toxic or an abusive relationship for nobody. And I be seeing people that be in toxic and abusive relationships because they got kids by a person. But it's like this. What about when the kids get old enough to get out on their own? You still gonna remain in the relationship? So that's another reason y'all gotta look at it too. Don't stay in a relationship either. I ain't trying to be funny if it's just about the damn kids. You know, if you're in a relationship and it ain't working, and they're abusive to you in any type of way, male or female, king or queen, man, you got to get out of it, man, because no abuse is good, whether it's narcissistic abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse coming from a male or a female, because you got females that disrespect and abuse they men and it ain't even looked at as abuse. But when you verbally dog a person out all the time and put them down, that is verbal abuse. And if you putting your hands on them female queen, jacking them up or slapping up beside his head, that's another physical abuse. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes people won't admit that, but yeah, that is physical abuse on a man. So you can't even do that either. You know, and verbal abuse is just as bad. You know, you talking down to him, you know, calling him out his name and all like that, and him doing the same thing to you, that's abuse too, and that's toxic, and the relationship ain't gonna grow. And you know, we gotta start being mature. And when we find out that we're in them type of relationships, we got to start letting them shits go, man. You know, people be trying to hold on to relationships, man, and you ain't doing them but really like killing yourself, man. You know, stressing yourself out, stressing your mind out, your heart. You know what I mean? Late nights crying and stuff like that, man. You got to throw them relationships in the trash, man, when they really ain't no good, man. And especially when you get one, like I said, when you get one to cheating, they got, you know, King, you know, she got 3 or 4 boys on the side, you a side piece and something like that, or she got another little work boo, he got something going on. Nah, man, they ain't no easy, you don't want to live like that, man. Them are toxic and abusive relationships, and you got to stay out of them, man. And don't be in them. Don't be in them. Some people be in these relationships, man, hoping that time gonna change and stuff like that. But if a person disrespecting you already, you know what I mean, before y'all even get married or before y'all even get deep in a relationship, they're gonna get worse with it because they already doing it already. So you gotta remember that what people be doing to you before you really lock down with them and get fully committed with them, if they know you deal with it in the beginning, man, look here, they gonna run over you because you don't got no boundaries set. And when you don't got no boundaries set, you know, people gonna do what they want to do, when they want to do it, and how they want to do it. So like you got to put them boundaries down that, hey, you ain't going for no type of abuse, whether it's physical, mental, spiritual, emotional, any type of abuse. You got to put it down that you ain't want to be played with. You ain't no Sammy Sasha head. You ain't with nobody playing on your top. You know what I mean? So when you find yourself meeting people and they showing you the red flags that they're gonna be toxic, man, don't even waste your time getting, you know what I mean, wasting 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 years. Some people be with people 15 years, you know, in a toxic relationship, and it's gonna take them about 15 dang on years to get up out that, how they feel about them, man. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't no pro, but I'm just saying the longer you be with a person, the longer it be the kind of hard to just being away from them too. So y'all gotta remember that when y'all jumping in these relationships and they ain't working and it's nothing but chaos and stuff like that. And you gotta remember, man, what God tell us not to be unevenly yoked with an unbeliever. You know, you gotta check people where they at spiritually. I know we like to see what people look like on the outside, but we got to start checking their spirit, man, what type of heart they got, what they believe in, and that'll tell you a lot about them, man. I ain't talking about no fake believer. I'm talking about people that really believe in God's word and living and doing right. You know what I mean? They're gonna display a whole nother fruit. And that's what you got to start looking at, man. What fruit do people display when you dealing with them and you decided to let them in your life, man? But anything that's toxic and crazy, man, off the rip, you can't do it, man. And especially if you got one that's beating on you, queen. You know what I'm saying? He going upside your head every time he get mad when things ain't right for him, when he broke. You know, he want to slap the spit out you. You got to cut him off. You got to let him go, man. And dudes better be careful doing that because these days, you know, these chicks, man, everybody scrapped up. But don't go catch no charge on me, but real talk, gotta keep your hand to yourself. And if you're a female and you beating up your baby daddy or you beating up your man, you gotta chill on that too, man, you know, because everybody grown. So them toxic and crazy relationships, man, don't get caught up in them. Stay away from them. You know what I'm saying? There's more fish in the sea. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, life is about having your happiness and your peace of mind. So, you know, don't get caught up in nothing toxic, man. Don't waste your time in nothing toxic. If you don't see, like I said, nothing positive growing up out of the situation, you know, you got to get up out of it, man. You know, and I'm just telling y'all because I done been in toxic relationships, man. So I'm just telling y'all the experience that I've been through in my own life. Like, I ain't the sharpest knife in the drawer, but the things that I do know, I know, and I share it with my subscribers, man. I hope y'all can always take it, you know what I'm saying, as you know, I ain't gonna say it's constructive criticism, but I would just take it as something to grow on, something to think about, let it marinate into your soul. You know, that's why I put these videos out about certain topics and stuff like that for us, like toxic relationships, you know, because that's what a lot of us be in, these toxic relationships with narcissists and scheming demons, and sometimes we don't know it until it's too late, and then once we realize what they really is, we don't know how to get out of it. So we got to have people like me and other people like y'all, you know what I'm saying, as we healing and we sharing our knowledge about certain situations that we've been in, you know what I'm saying, that's what these videos be about, man, growth and development, iron sharpening iron, and we developing as human beings, as kings and queens. You know, that's the whole mission of the Stay Solid movement, man. So, you know, that's what we got going on, man. You know, don't ever stay in a toxic or an abusive relationship with nobody, man. I don't care if it's your baby mama, your wife, whoever it is. It could be your brother, your sister. If they're toxic as hell, man, you got to throw the relationship in the trash, man. It's DEESLIMDAOG. Knowledge is power, and stay solid is the movement. Until the next time, man, y'all stay solid, stay blessed, man. I love y'all. We're out of here. Peace.